Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Kesubos, daf Yud number 17. I want to talk today about a famous machlokas. Keisad, merakdin, lifnei. What do you dance? What do you say? Sounds like you're dancing and you're saying it at the same time. You're dancing in front of the kala. Where's the chassan? You went to the women's section, you're dancing in the women's section in front of the kala. Maybe this is talking about like the Hasidim. The Hasidim do the mitzvah tans. Maybe it sounds like this is what it's talking about, right? This mitzvah tans has a source in the Gemara. In case of merakdin lifnei kala, right? You're dancing with the kala, right? You take that handkerchief, or you take that long tablecloth, and you're dancing with the kala itself. Only the kala. Doesn't say lifnei chassan v'kala. Case of merakdin lifnei kala. What do you dance? What do you say? How do you act when you're dancing? What do you say to the kala? Imagine people actually saying to a kala, according to Beis Hillel, you're supposed to say, "Hey kala, you're gorgeous." You're a 10. That's what Beis Hillel says. Every kala, even if she's blind, even if she's lame, she's missing a leg, she's an amputee, still you say you're a 10, you're gorgeous. Beis Shammai says, "Kala kamoshi." No, you tell her as it is. Either you can say Beis Shammai means you're ugly, maybe you should consider, I don't know what you consider if you're ugly, but, or you say, it's probably hard to live a life like you, or say something like, you're lucky this guy married you, as no one else would. That wouldn't be nice, but Tosa says Beis Shammai means that you just don't say anything, Kala Kamoshi, you say nothing, or you say something, wow, you have nice ears, I don't know. Your ears don't look like Martian ears. I don't know what it means. You say something nice about her, even though her face is ugly, but you say something nice about her. And Beis Hillel says, no, every kala you say Navi Chasuda. And the Gemara seems to paskin like Beis Hillel. The Gemara says, La'olam tehei daito shalad mureves ma'abrios. Mekana ruchamim, olam daito shalad mureves ma'abrios. Rashi says, what does that mean? Daito shalad mureves ma'abrios. Latsos ishu yishker sono. To make everyone feel good, all right? Obviously, most people want to feel good that they got, like the Gemara says, you got ripped off in the marketplace. Hey, it's a beautiful baseball bat you got, right? It's signed by Barry Bonds, They don't tell you that it wasn't Barry Bonds who signed it. It was the person that gave him the steroids. I'm joking. Listen, you say positive things. Don't say negative things. So, and Beis Shammai says, no, mitzvah sheker tirchach. Torah says, it warns you, stay away from lies, right? You're lying. You're out blatantly lying over here. Now the problem is Beis Shammai, and the Gemara says in many places, you're allowed to lie. Shalom. So why is Beis Shammai so perturbed over here? What's so bad about lying over here? The answer is, which I believe is the truth, and I follow this in my own life. I mentioned in the regular share, when people do things for me, cook me food, say give me a gift, try to make me happy in some way, or they ask my opinion about something of theirs, right? How their house looks, how whatever art they make, or whatever they have, is this nice? A nice car? Is a nice painting? Is this a nice picture or whatever? Or this someone gets married, or like my kala, like the Gemara says, if she's ugly, I'll just say nothing. I mean, I'll say, oh, wow, very nice, like token, like very nice, yeah, cute, very cute. Say about a baby, a very cute baby, I'm not going to say something, because to me, part of me being myself is being an authentic person. I want to know. I'm not doing it because I don't want to make the other person feel happy. I just want to be authentic. And then when I really give a compliment to someone, it really has meaning. And people know me. When I give a compliment to something, that's worth I always ask people, evaluate this food, evaluate, this comedy act, evaluate what the sheer 1 to 10, People, when you ask them about 1 to 10, how beautiful this person is, how beautiful, they'll say usually 10, how good the food was at this restaurant, 10, everyone's 10. With me, I'll give an average score. I'll tell you it's a 3 or a 4 or a 5. I'm not afraid to say that, because it authenticates whatever I say is true. When I say something, a compliment, it's a real compliment. It actually has value what I'm saying, and people know me, know that when I give a compliment, it's really worth a lot. It makes people feel really good, and I think that's really important. Beis Shammai is saying, but somehow the Gemara seems to be saying like Beis Hillel over here. I want to bring that Elchanan Wasserman said famously based on a medrash that ultimately in most of Mashiach we're going to follow Beis Shammai, and it makes a lot of sense to me over here. Beis Shammai is usually right. The Gemara says Eliezer was a shmusi who he was more medayik, he's more careful. He spent more time analyzing things properly. Beis Hillel, we don't have so much time in this world. We learn the Torah as best as we can, but the more proper way, the more precise way of learning the Torah is like Beis Shammai. And they're right, Midvar Sheker Tirchach, right? Obviously, in the case of Shalom Bias, where you say something, someone said something negative, like Sarah said something negative to Avram, so Hashem changed it so Avram wouldn't feel bad. But when to say nothing doesn't necessarily insult the person. Why does Beis Hillel say that Daitim Rebbe's real? What is the Shita Beis Hillel, which still we follow like nowadays? How they say it like this, that especially at weddings, you see this so much. People are so worried about what other people think about them. If you don't know this, peer pressure, some people, most people, almost all people are much more worried what other people think about them than when they think about themselves. People have no self-valuation. They don't value themselves, people in general. They don't really care about things for them. They just don't want to look bad in other people's eyes. And when you give a compliment to them, when you say something nice about them, it puts them on cloud nine. And people will live their whole lives just to have a sterling reputation among people. Wow, he's a nice guy. You know why? Because when he dies after 120, he's gonna have a great eulogy. They're gonna say amazing things. I mean, sorry, but you're already dead at that point. People are worried so much about what other people think about them, and Beis Hillel knew this. Beis Hillel says this is the way it is now. Hopefully, in most of Mashiach, we'll learn to appreciate ourselves more, and we'll, make our decisions based on what's best for us, not what's based on, the outside perception of us, how people think about us, how we made our wedding, how beautiful our wedding was, how many fancy dishes we served at the wedding, the greatest Viennese table in the world. People, if you really ask other people how much they think about other people, everyone's thinking, at the end of the day, everyone knows they think about themselves all the time. No one really cares what you do, I mean, they might think for a second, but no one really pays attention to what you do. People think about what's bothering them, what's important to them. And that's the way it should be, but it's not the way it is now. The Mercedes is not the way now. People care more about what other people think about them and then in their own lives than what's good for them. Beis Hillel knows this, and that's why they say you should say Kalin Ave Chasuda, because a person knows, right, when his wife, she's blind, she's a chigera, she's an amputee, her face is full of zits, or it's really ugly, her face, he knows his wife is ugly. He knows. He does. He knows what his wife looks like. But still, it doesn't make a difference. When you say Kalin Ave Chasuda, Beis Hillel says, Daita Shalad Mureves Brios, meaning that he's mixed, he's part of society, meaning that he's looked at favorably by other people. Even though I know internally, I know that my wife is ugly, still, if other people just say it, right? Because if a person only cares what other people think, so even if it's completely fake, because you're living in a fake world, you just care what other people think, that's okay. Say Kalin Ave Chasuda, okay, so at least I know she's ugly for myself, but other people said that, so at least I don't feel terrible. According to Beis Shammai, you don't say anything. Oh my gosh, what did this person think about me? You're the getting married. Oh my gosh, what do these relatives think about my Kala? I don't believe it. I'll go crazy. I'll lose his mind. So Beis Hillel says, this is what people care about. They care about peer pressure. They care what people think about them. That's what people care about. That's the way people think. They think more of what people think about themselves. So at least, pay this guy lip service and just say nice things, even though it's completely unauthentic, but at least it quells his anxiousness about what other people think about him. I hope you enjoyed today's share. It's a hard truth to digest, but I tell you like it is. Kala Kamoshi. See you in Mishnah Yomi coming up next.